Hi, this is Mark Eldridge with the American Anglican Council, and I want to welcome you to this vital moment in church health and revitalization. Now, I'm assuming that by now you've settled into some sort of rhythm with your online worship, and that's going pretty well, I hope, or real well. I'm hopeful that now you're either starting to reopen in some phased approach or are planning on reopening sometime in the near future and making those plans. Now, and you've probably all heard the term new normal. New normals are being thrown all around. What is the new normal going to be? Well, one of the new normals that I hear everyone agreeing to is that even after we reopen and settle back into public worship together, that we should continue to have an online presence. For two reasons that I'm aware of, and there's probably more. One is to continue to offer online presence for our own members who still don't feel comfortable coming out and being around people for whatever good reasons they have, but also because we've learned that it's a missional opportunity to have an online presence. There's going to be people who will tune in to church virtually who would never otherwise show up to your church building. So just a new normal is going to be to have some sort of online presence as we go forward. Just makes sense. So the question I want to ask and consider with you today on this vital moment is this: how are you going to be intentional about welcoming and greeting and being hospitable to the visitors you have moving forward who join you virtually through online worship? As you reopen and have people sitting in front of you and you're greeting the people in front of you and including the people in front of you and welcoming the visitors in front of you, it would be easy to just settle back into old habits and forget that there's people still watching online. So the question I want to raise is, how can you continue to welcome and be hospitable to your online visitors as you're doing so with the visitors you have in front of you? See, healthy, growing churches are very intentional about being hospitable to their visitors before, during, and even after the worship services, and helping to assimilate them into the life of the congregation. And it's just vital to be hospitable to the visitors who are physically there. And I want to suggest moving forward, it's also vital that you continue to be hospitable to your virtual visitors. So just to be intentional about it, think about it. How can you both welcome and greet your visitors physically and virtually each Sunday morning? What are new habits that you can develop to do that? How can you incorporate in and help engage the visitors you have in front of you and virtually each week? And how can you get the contact information so that you can follow up with both your physical visitors and your online visitors as you move forward? Just developing new habits to remember there's hopefully always going to be people checking you out online and to be hospitable to them. Well, you know the old statement, it's very famous: you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. So I just want to encourage you to be intentional about making good first impressions to your guests and visitors, both physically and virtually, in this new normal as we move forward.